Good afternoon, viewers. We are back in another important interactive talk show right in our Manjai Bureau studios. And today we are going to have a lot of important discussions that we want to share with you, just to make sure that we get more closer into all the trending issues that are of common concern to us Gambians. We know that there are a lot of things that is definitely controversial and gone wrong, and that is what we want to make sure that we discuss with you. Well, but before we get into the program, I just would like to extend my sincere gratitude and honor to our party leader, Alhaji Mboob, the deputy party leader, Haji Mariam Seka, and the party president, Haji 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍. Well, today I also would like to extend my greetings to my regional chairman, Alhaji Faram Sonko, and my Lord Mayor, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, for the successful program that they have done at 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍. It was definitely a successful one, with the party definitely appreciate, because we have seen what has happened there. There were a lot of militants from the North Bank who, graced that occasion, and we are really grateful with the strategy that the organizing secretary is applying, because we know that the campaign is very soon going to open. For that, I think we have to say thank you to the Lord Mayor. Well, apart from that, just as I told you, that I am with my co-host, and I just would like to invite him so that he can also greet the audience, then we get into the program proper.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mboob. This is a wonderful another episode. Today, Friday, concerning about the current affairs in our country, just to give a brief analysis on them. And then we thank all our audience, our viewers, for catching up this time around. Thank you so much. I am Mr. Nabaan.
Well, thank you very much. I think that was brief and precise. Well, viewers, first of all, we would like to get into the topics that we have for you, the issues which is definitely of great concern. Well, the first issue is about the president addressing the nation. We all know that the president has addressed the nation 3 days ago, and we are not satisfied, definitely, with what he has said, and because he beat our expectations. What we were expecting him to address the nation, and the short address that he has appeared with, and what he has said, I think that was already said in the media. That was already said because of, I think, the communication minister come to the media to say that the president will address, the nation. And all what he said is even more than what the president said. And it was definitely something that it seems as if he betrayed the nation. Because this is of great importance, which has, everybody was concentrating on, what the president is going to say.
Right.
Yeah, especially the youths who were on the streets.
That's right.
Sacrificing their lives to make sure that, they come up with a report of who are the buyers of these assets. And the youths were expecting that there is going to be more of what the president said. So, but definitely what he come up with, it betrays the nation.
Right.
Yes, definitely, because we were expecting more advices to the youths, and also, tell the people something tangible, something that we will grab, and have the confidence that definitely the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
But the way he addressed the nation, well, definitely we are not that much so satisfied.
Thank you.
So then, Mr. Nabaan, how do you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mboob. We all know when the news was broke out,
yes,
that the president is going to address the nation. Almost everyone is waiting for this address. Because the short span of the speech is not the point. The point is the message. The message is not coherent with our expectation. Because our expectation as Gambians, we want President Barrow to be fair with Gambians.
Of course.
We were all here when Jammeh was, quote unquote, has squandered lands, our money, assets, and so on and so forth. We were told all these assets bring together belongs to the state. Number one, we know that is not fair because Jammeh has been ruling for 22 years. Of course, there are certain assets, he owned those things. So all of it cannot be part and solely owned by the state. But however, that is what we are made to understand. Then, those assets should go back to the state. Because they have been mismanaged, young people come on the street and they said they need clarity. We expect that when the president comes, the clarity must come. But if you check Mr. Mboob, the President Barrow's speech in Mandinka and the written text, the speech in English is quite different.
It's contrary.
It's contradictory. Because in Mandinka, he made us to understand that they were not reporting to him. And in the English version, we were made to understand that they were reporting to him. Either of the two. So
which is which?
That is the point. And then another point, Mr. Mboob, if you don't need to be a psychologist to understand the body language of President Barrow. You understand that President Barrow was acting in a very difficult situation.
He looks guilty.
He looks guilty. He is saying something that he himself is not sure of. So it's like he's operating in a very, very, very difficult condition. So we are so surprised to understand that the president not telling us facts and figures about the matter. It is very, very, very sad, Mr. Mboob, that Gambia don't deserve this. We were told President Jammeh has squandered our money. So that squandering, the way it is been taken, the assets are being taken from wherever they are, freezing. At the end of the day, what happened? Jammeh Commission that are mandatory to take care of all these matters in collaboration, of course, with government agencies. We are made to understand that there are some briberies and corruptions that happen there. For the president to come out and clarify that, and it becomes a problem. And then the worst thing is, Mr. Mboob, it means it is marked by corruption. And then trying to sugarcoat all this matter, it is taking us more to retrogressing instead of progressing. So we have to address the matter with maturity, with clear consent, and with fact.
You know what I was expecting when the president said that he is going to address the nation? Well, I was thinking that he will come up with the evidence of how everything has went through. I was expecting, number one, for him to come up with these facts like receipts. Because it's a government. And government is, there's a way government operates.
Of course,
and also the Jammeh Commission, as a commission, I don't think that they will just sell things just like that, without any records of all this evidence. They'll come up with names. But what about what accompanied those names? Like, you know, there must be a bank account. Where will they pay?
But he already said in that speech, he said they opened a bank account.
So where
the money is going, but he did not disclose how much money went there and how much was used for government, you know, development agendas, projects. He didn't say all that. So it's like what President Barrow's the whole total speech was just like potato. I'm telling you, because it's like even if he didn't say anything, he kept quiet. It would have been better.
It seems as
maybe we would have said, we would have speculated and said maybe he's putting his house in order.
He didn't know what was happening.
To be candid.
He was not informed.
We said, well, he knew what has happened, but because he don't want to come out and see it plainly, so they have to delay the matters. They have to delay it. That's what we call lengthy litigation. Okay. You know, to be dragging it, you know, form a panelist, an inquiry to go into those matters before they finish their investigation. It takes another 6 months before they report. It takes another 6 months before the government come together, you know, and say, okay, what are we going to do? What will be the next step in order to...
But are you expecting a report which I think the government is going to act on? Because we have seen that there are so many reports.
No, the point is, my expectation, I'm not a prophet, but my prediction is, my prophecy is, the National Assembly, whoever the committee is, they are going to come out with a report to explain how the Jammeh assets were being sold, how the funds were managed. They would come with a clear-cut comprehensive report, I am sure. But now, what next? Government will still go and say, okay, we need to issue a white paper. And in that white paper, there will be sacred cows. There will be certain people who will exempt any punishment. At the end of the day, it will be dragging and dragging and dragging until
they put it under the carpet.
Until we come 2026.
Wa assalamu alaikum mbokk yi ñu ngi leen di nuyu rek fii ñu dellusiwaat fii ci interactive talk show bi pour waxtaan ak yéen rek xew-xew yi nga xam ne mooy xew-xewi jamono xew ci réew mi fii mu nekk lu doy waar loo xam ne rek jaaxal na askan wi mu nekk rek li nga xam ne mooy Jammeh commission boobu rek amoon fii rek ci alal gi nga xam ne moom la fi njiiti réew mi fi nekkoon bàyyi woon muy Yaya Jammeh bi loolu weesoo rek ñu ñëpp xam nañ ne taxawaloon nañ li nga xam ne rek mooy Jammeh commission bi te Jammeh commission bi tam defoon nañ fi liggéey bu rëy waaye li nga xam ne rek mooy yàq seen liggéey mooy bi nga xamee ne alal gi fi nekkoon jaay nañ ko nañ ko jaay ak xaalis ba fi nga xam ne foofu lañ ko dugal mu nekk loo xam ne rek National Assembly members yi laajoon nañ li nga xam ne rek mooy ministre yi fi nekkoon naka la loolu demee waaye nag dañ ko doon nëbba ndax waxoon nañ ne ñoom dañ bañ pour génne ñi nga xam ne rek ñooy jëndal alal gi seeni tur ba tax na rek ñu nëbboon loolu nanguñ ko woon a feeñal waaye gune yi nga xam ne rek daanaka ñooy nekk magi ëllëg mu nekk loo xam ne rek lu leen itteel la ñu gis ne lii jaaduwut ñu génn rek def seen doxam ñaxtu dox ñaxtu boobu nag moo indi li nga xam ne rek moo nekk président bi ne moom dina génn pour wax ndax affaire bi lëj na torop ñu ñëpp xam nañ li weesu ndax waxtaanoon nañ ko fii ci suñu épisode bi passé ci interactive talk show bi duñ delluwaat ci loolu waaye li nga xam ne moo am solo ba am solo rek mooy président bi génnoon na ne dina wax ak askani réew mi ba tax na rek loolu askan bi yëpp ñu doon xaar lan moo nekk kàddu président bi ak naka la mun a saafara li nga xam ne rek moo nekk teqa bi ak lëj-lëj bi nga xam ne rek moo nekk diggante xale yi nga xam ne ñooy magu suba ak li nga xam ne moo xew ci li nga xam ne mooy alal gi nga xam ne yàq nañ ko mu nekk lu doy waar rek waaye président bi mu génnee daanaka fi ñu ko doon séntu rek moom àggut foofu moom daal génn la rek yombal mbir mi ne moom daal li nga xam ne rek moom dañoo def mooy dinañ taxawal ay comité dinañ jël seet naka la mbir mi doxee moom loolu la wax ci gàttal wane rek ne dëgga moom dafa mel ni ku réeroon daal daanaka dafa mel ni moom li doon xew xamu ko waaw te soo ko seetloo ba seetlu ko mbir mi noonu la demee lu ci bëri ci li nga xam ne rek moo doon dox dëgga la moom mooy njiiti réew waaye daanaka moom bi moo dugg ci présidence bi wax na ko ba mu leer man xaw ma governance so yéen a ma gàgganti yéen a ma teg ci yoon so ñooñu seen diggante boobu noonu nag teguñ ko ci yoon ndax dafa mel ni commission bi ministre bi fi nekkoon ba Tambédou ak ñi nga xam ne ñooñu noonu ñoo amee woon njaay ak njënd mi daanaka soo seetloo ni njaayee affaire bi dañ ko wanteer ba pare su wanteer bi tam bi mu paasee tam da nga gis ne alal gi kenn xamut fan lañ ko dugal ñi ko jaay tam kenn xamut waaye génne nañ li nga xam ne mooy benn liste boobu pour wane ni ñi ñoo ko jënda waaye ba léegi ñu ne liste bi des na ndax am na lu bari loo xam ne ñu gars yi di tubaab di wax unaccountable gisuñ ko mu mel ni nag yi nga xam ne moom lañ jaay ak yeneen yoo xam ne ñu ngi woon foofu ñu dencoon ko soo loolu noonu yëpp dafa mel ni génnut lu ndaw rek lañ génne so fi mu nekk nii ba léegi mu ngi nekk loo xam ne lëj-lëj la mu nekk lëj-lëj boo xam ne ba léegi ñu ngi koy seet naka lañ ko liñantee mu xaw a doy waar lool.
abaraka baka Mr. Mboob amen komen ka ako nyin fatam fasini manika kanto ben lenga je ko tonda fondin kel funtita ka fe gala ila ka foto mu wolti pour ka fundin bedo kan ka ila kan fada yitandi pour man sakunda e funti akol koyndi ila ku jama beje man sakunda sontale ko ibe funtila ibe kol koyndi nata kankula ko president fambe diam la banko molie bari men bala fa warta wala min ko president la diamo ay men fo banko molie diamo wucho sutiyata diamo fana manna koy because mo jama e men mira wala min ko president minala ya foko to nyalem ya jamela femolu ngetale ba biringeta nge wafile nge wafi biringe menu wafi akodo kanyanta nangam le fe wo kodo la nangamo nyin ngadundi account nangam le kono wo kodo membeje masakunda ya tale ye doku kar nin doku kar keje kodo nangamo tutaje afele account kar molbe ya mera wala be folano baro manafo president baro ye men fotron akamunta kumoñing aya faraba ñantanne ha toñale jana commission lotale ha yalo jana commission birin commission be takan ya datle ka trakitol wafi ya datle ka ñinke e kana report yale ka fonye adunta janala aketa janale bar sain tolngawo be lonne banko mol be yalonne kanko jana commission lota president baro la duñole kan foye report ayam be ngo lonne hani school boy yo lonne bar sain ye munne report nataya ye kodo jelle nataya jelle tutaje jelle santa wo be nyanta koylal because no man koy ku fulale beje wolem president baro na la mansakunda ye gambian ko lu jamfale president baro na la mansakunda ye yaya jamme ya ke kalabante baleti itul fangola kalabante yana nata tambe wala so tonya yaya jamme banko dingole ex president nen afana yala nyanto lu sotole because mote marlo keno la sanji mwannen fula ikoyete fengol membe tawo bulu mansa tala wote banko tala wote ate man ta soto je wote keno la wote keno la ben alonde wote keno la so ya jamme ay former president ay nafulo men tu adunta huo kono anyanta koylal bari la fo mole ko e be committee le londe la membe marla ka ko kisi atamata nyaadile o binte jakalla bawo jana commission men yake e be balurine be jam minister sol nimme le bulobe nyobul e be janne e manfa wala record sol ye bondi ye ken sun nyoka ya analyze ya fo banko mole nyina kada banni ko be commission do londila wol fana mina another 6 months le kala pour ka ko kiskise e be wol fana jola le o kola ni wol ye kayto be safe ya nati masakunda fana na la cabinet mol ye si ya ko so sanjuma len kol be bola nyoto 2026 fela election o kol fana be dunne be wol be pak la je because mo be tara concentrating election o watol so ko nyimbe because justice delay justice denied so nyinam kote me ya lon kat ko mo ni nyanta folala nga foti ka fo ay dum man sa tuloto a nyanta menkela ayake so wolam kumoto Mr. Mboob.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nabaan. I think that is very, very clear.
Very clear.
Let's get into our next issue, which is about the National Assembly Select Committee.
Yes.
Well, we have observed that the National Assembly proceedings have taken place, I think, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was day before yesterday and yesterday.
Yes.
They have, very important discussions. But all their discussions, it was very tough though.
Yeah.
But we have observed that their discussions was centered on the legitimacy of, the legalities of how they're going to select that committee. And controversially, there were so many, issues that has transpired there. They, dragged the issue here and there, trying to select a committee that they thought that the committee can do this task that is definitely bestowed on them, because we know that the majority leader come up with this idea of selecting a committee to probe into what has already happened. And that was the reason they have a very tough discussion there.
Right.
But what we observe there in the parliament is they don't trust each other. agenda. This means that, you know, there are partisan issues there, and which is obvious because they all come from parties. But we thought an issue like this, it is something that they have to put partisan issues aside and try to come up with something which is going to, you know, protect their integrity, the integrity of the parliament itself.
Right.
Because all the members they are there to represent their constituencies, and these constituencies are constituencies of the country,
right.
And the country is having a problem now, and we want this to be solved, and that is the reason why, you know, they are there. Okay. But what we observe there definitely is something that we are not satisfied with. Exactly. And they are also, they don't do it right, because of there are also a gender issue there.
Exactly.
A gender issue.
Yes.
And this gender issue also, they dragged it, and they come up with you know, a committee with I think you know, they're going to make sure that they handle the issue, and we don't know because of they said that the chair of the committee is from the NPP, and the chair is very, very important in committees, because of there are certain informations passed through the chair before, you know, we have this open discussion. Exactly. So what do you think?
Yeah, my take on this, to me, in the first place, assigning the House of Parliament to go through these matters, to investigate it, it is wrong.
You don't support it?
I don't support it. Because why? There will be some political inclinations that will drag into this issue.
Yes.
Because think of an MP now. He would not like his party members, his party ministers and executives to be in the light of incriminating them when the report is out. The same thing applies to UDP. The same thing applies to all the MPs there, because they are all inclined to certain partisan issue. If I am there as an MP, I would not like Usain Dabo's name to be mentioned of the people who embezzle or squander or have an affiliation with Jammeh's assets. So I will be biased politically. So the best thing to have done, you should look for experts in every corner, in every department, even parastatals, who has nothing to do with politics. Neutral individuals. Yeah. Bring them over, and then of diverse specialities, let them delve into this issue, and then give us a report. And then again, the chair of this committee, you know, I didn't know him, but in the social media, it's all over. They said it's a person who has squandered the COVID-19 funds.
Yes, I heard it.
At his constituency.
Yeah.
How can somebody who is a culprit already, whose hands are already with dirty, you want that person to hold our clean seat? It will be very difficult. So this is the situation that, and then much unfortunately, Mr. Mboob, you see, the word honorable is an adjective. It's an adjective. It describes something or someone that has high sense of morality, integrity, fairness, and it conveys a sense of fairness and integrity.
Leadership qualities.
Of ethical behaviors. So when you look this criteria as a definition for honorable, we don't deserve to call certain honorables in our House of Parliament as honorable members. Because how can an honorable member who can stand and say genuine citizens who have the Gambia at heart, they committed themselves to the Gambian issue, and they went on streets to demand a clarity about something that, you know, the Gambian deserve to know. You calling those people as cockroaches and mouses?
Definitely.
It does not make sense. It is out of ethical behavior. Afterwards, he came out to apologize. But that apology, when you read, you understand that he has a little bit of ego to defend himself. Because he's trying to say people didn't understand him. But he didn't mean harm. But that is rubbish. Of course, he meant harm. Because you cannot say those are cockroaches, and then it's because of that democratization that we fought for. Today he is a parliamentarian. So he must be careful for that such statements to come from an honorable, because honorable means ethical behavior in approach, practically, inwardly, outwardly. You have to be honorable in all respect. So therefore, that is not fitting for an honorable to voice out such a message to the public.
You are right. You are right.
Yes.
You are right. Because of the way he was even saying that, it was so rude. Honestly.
Thank you. Very sarcastic.
It was so tense
Yes.
that they have to call his attention.
Yes.
But what doubts me is the Speaker of the House was supporting him.
Very unfortunate.
He was trying to make sure that he covered all what he was trying to say. He don't want to, put the blame on him.
Yes.
He was giving him more chance on the floor
Yes.
to address whatsoever he want to address the way he wanted and how he wanted,
Right.
which is very, very wrong. Because just as you said, when you are given the name honorable, there must be a way that you should address issues.
Exactly.
And how to go about it, especially in the National Assembly,
Right.
which is the assembly
Exactly.
with the problems of the country.
Exactly.
Is discuss and address
Exactly.
and come up with solutions.
Yeah.
That is binding.
Exactly.
So definitely he was so wrong.
Yeah.
In doing so,
Exactly.
and betrays the future leaders of this country.
Definitely.
Because of what they've done. It's something that they should do.
Exactly.
And everybody who have seen what they have done,
Exactly.
supported them
Exactly.
in this issue.
Yes.
And they are right.
Exactly.
This thing needs to be cleared.
Exactly.
And there's another thing that I would like to say is the Honorable 𝒂𝒊𝒏,
Yes.
the agricultural minister, also was trying to blame Rahim Malik Lowe and this guy, what's the name of the guy? The APP,
𝒂𝒊𝒏.
saying that they are the one who were, encouraging them.
Exactly.
And these guys were out to make sure that they address the issue.
Exactly.
They were there to negotiate the
Yeah.
situation with the kids.
In fact, Mr. Mboob, the societal leaders,
Yes.
all of us should have gathered together and follow these guys in order to protest.
Of course.
Because, Mr. Mboob, I remember one of my government teacher,
Yes.
he said, the low ignorance of the Gambian people in the sight of politics, politically, remains a greater opportunity for Sadao to rule for 30 good years. And the same political ignorance continues for Jammeh to rule for 22 years.
Yes.
And the same political ignorance continue for Barrow to have second term. Not even going for third term,
And
to
he's
have
forcing
second
himself
term.
to third term.
Because politics, Mr. Mboob, it's not about empowering somebody to be better than you. It's about empowering somebody in order for you to better the nation, for the interest of all of us. So therefore, if you happen to appoint somebody, select somebody, elect somebody, at the end of the day, the person was not able to serve us the way he's supposed to serve us. Of course, that guy supposed not to have a second chance.
Mr. Nabaan, you are right. You are definitely right. So the way things are going, we need to give a piece of advice to the citizens of this country. That the Gambia is a small country and we are definitely lagging behind.
Right.
Because when you look at nations within the sub-region and you look at their development aspirations, where they were and where they are now, is quite different. They have gone a long way.
Exactly.
When you look at this Guinea-Bissau, they've gone a long way in terms of development, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of even, mechanisms of policy and something like that. And the same thing applies to Senegal.
Exactly.
So, and the same thing applies to this Guinea-Conakry, Mali, and all these countries.
Right.
So we need to make sure that we sit back and think properly and try to pave a better way for this country. Because I think the efforts of these young people has even taught us a lesson.
Exactly.
Both political parties and citizens alike.
Exactly.
Because they have now understand that there must be a way in which you should unite to achieve an objective.
Exactly.
Because you see how they achieve their objective.
Exactly.
Because when they observe that those who were out on the street, they arrest one team, other team was there, the other team was there.
Exactly.
Then
it's all about,
they all come out.
Exactly. It's all about commitment.
Like Bill Karma, and we are okay. The young people come out.
And then, Mr. Mboob, let me say something. You see, right now, this platform that we are is a UDP platform.
Yes.
But we are not only advocating for UDP members.
Yes.
We are advocating for the whole nation.
Yes.
To make up their minds.
Of course.
And then the first point, the first step, that's what we are trying to address here. Gambians have to know that this particular government, the Barrow-led government, they cannot serve us to our satisfaction. So the first step, we must all make up our mind and say there must be a change in 2026.
Of course.
Who is going to lead that change? We can talk about that tomorrow. But today, as we are dragging, moving, approaching towards 2026, let us all make up mind and say, okay, no to Barrow government again.
Of course.
So let us have a new government to install. How are we going to do that? We have to come together as a united force.
Yes.
The opposition cadre should come together as a united force. Let us have a party-led coalition so that we can move Barrow government out and then install a new government for the betterment of you out there and me. Even the MPP members today realize that actually Barrow cannot lead the country.
Of course.
So why?
They know it.
Why?
They're forcing themselves.
Exactly. So this is the point. We have to understand this, the way the history is moving. People are no longer entertaining these sugar-coated statements. Every now and then, you are talking about something that will never be realized.
Yeah,
that will never happen. How many promises did President Barrow give us until today? Some has never come to pass.
You are right.
Is it. This is the point.
You're right. So it's time for Gambians to make sure that we come together as a team.
Yes.
To make sure we make a change.
Exactly.
Because it is necessary.
It is necessary.
When in a country the youth retaliate in trying to sacrifice themselves, then definitely you will know that something had done wrong.
Exactly.
And then we have to make sure that we come together.
Yes.
Just as you said,
exactly.
A party-led government, a party-led coalition, and a party-led coalition also. There's a way.
Exactly.
You cannot come today and you want us, to lead the coalition.
Exactly.
You must have to rally behind those who have been there.
Exactly.
They show you the way.
Exactly.
It's not about the leadership.
Exactly.
It's about having a new government.
Exactly. A new government.
And which is really matters.
Exactly. Mr. Mboob, let me just summarize that in Mandinka.
Yes.
You go into Wolof and then maybe we can say bye-bye to our viewers.
Yes.
Kumo me yalon katko nyanta fola nyoye Gambian kolu. Wala nyinti ko mfolo ta damen ko. Jaware Gambia mara sanji tansaba. Amanke Gambian kolu man kuning bar politiko la karola man faham. Wala atina jawara mansa kunda be indrakan for 1994 binin sojarol batata yaje ko civilianol te kutu tela jawara ma. Sango sanin kadro fayta dunga be ganyela. Sojarol e kido chika ya jawara bondije. Yaje menata afana yela mata akata politician oti abe marakan sanji monni fula ayay tan ni molla ko alala keje so momo yata against be alala against kam baro fana nata ata kuma kilingol be fokay ko e ko alala ya keje misambu lafta nyin ko indila jam fel ko alabu ka presidentol ke presidenti ngo moli yo faham alaka menu ke nyaato carte bu ka fay wolen annabiyo molti anin kilariya molu anin woliyolu alaka wolle nome atara carte bu ka fay ite ka fo menna ko alala kaji wo fo kata campagne wala abelari ko alama kaji aje ko molebe carte fay lay yaje ni ko be alala yak ite mistake tele ko because akamunte nyanta ala tumila ko belale because nimmo wulta e suñaro ka ala le o sembo diala ala le bulo diala ala le hakilo diala so de ba fala ko wota ala la bula suñaro la hani because ala ya to fambulle so ala hadamba dingol tum fambulle free will pour nyanta menke la sama membe nafala ni te fami fon la condition faling ala buke la condition faling so ala buka president oti abuka mansal ke mansati aka akuotun tollebulu lafta men nga tombo bir Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam botaje khalifo men nata fo alale wahyo jinda ko alnyinke Abubakar ka khalifo hani mol le kafuta nyoma ye bulol wulindi ye Abubakar tombo ya ka khalifot dol Abubakar kola menu nata akata wala nyama fombe bi so wala advancement nga expand abata wayato anata system change pour molle katto fay molle fita menna bar ni be nyaton ko tombon ajube me yelondo soto me fahamo soto me yalon kat ko a honesta wala a wasata yo ke nyato akana ke kar dar jabra do ngaka nyaado kar mum badi wol ngaka nyaado kar mu sikadle ngaka nyaado wo be man nafa soto gambenol bim be nyanta men fahamla wala min de baro masakunda atabala gambiala so même mu kwoti akal patto mu menti wala min 2026 be nga kambe ngaji ko president baro hanni be MPP 2026 kana katto fay Adam Baro ya ajeko banko je ya Adam Baro fay jana ya ajeko ninga mansakunda kuto sodo wole be Gambia sambala nim mansakunda kuta donata man Gambia samba nga fanan fay jana nga mansakunda donat nga tente wala ila yawmidin lundo be sila alabe manta bennale be mansa sotla me ya lon karka aba bolanda abaraka baka Mr. Mboob
jërëjëf Mr. Nabaan comme ni mu ko waxee rek Gambia toll na foo xam ne rek war nañoo mën a gis suñ boppa ñu xool réew mi ni moo doxee ak li nga xam ne loolu la laaj ñu fexe rek def li nga xam ne rek moo nekk li war ni ñu ko mën a defee rek moo nekk jamono ji fi réew mi toll li nga xam ne moom la réew mi laaj rek moo nekk ñu ñëpp ñu ñëw benn nekk benn bokk benn baat rek wécc li nga xam ne rek mooy nguur gi ndax soo seetloo rek xale yi li nga xam ne moom lañ def daanaka jàngal nañu ne nit ki soo bëggee li nga xam ne rek mooy pour boo tegu ci dëgga foog rek nga nekk ak ki nga xam ne da ngeen di bokk benn baat bokk benn jubluwaay te loolu moo am so te loolu rek nekk na loo xam ne daanaka 2026 muy élection bi nga xam ne rek ñu ngi ci jublu ñu ngay ñaan doomi Gambie di leen ñaax ñun ñëpp ñu génn bokk benn baat te nag rawatina ñi nga xam ne rek ñoo jiite boppi politique bi nag nekk na ci jamono boo xam ne daanaka dañ xaaj ndax réew mi musu tamel nii réew moo xam ne ku jóg ne man damaa form suma political party te ñun ñëpp mënuñoo taxaw dafa xaw a doy waar te yow sa political party boo ko formé yow óor na la ne fukki nit ñoo laa toppa bon lan mooy njëriñu political party boobu nga ñëwaat taxawal political party ne change moo tax nga taxawal political party bi gannaaw suba nga ne waawoon suma nit ñi ñu ne mën naa toppa président bi bon ana yow njëriñ bi taxoon nga form political party bi bon foog naa li yow war nañ koo mun a xool war nañ koo seetaat ñun ñëpp ñi nga xam ne digga am nañ éene pour réew mi ñu dugga ci political party yi te bàyyi naan damaa form suma political party ndax loolu daf ñoo gën a xaaj rek suñ dividé suñ objectif duñ ko mun a achieve benn objectif la ñoo mun a am moo nekk lan moo nekk ne nga dem ci président te soo fa demee keneen ak keneen dem fa réew mi dafaa suux soo Gambie su suuxee si jamono buñ tollu nii ñi nga xam ne ñooy suñ doom yi ak suñ sët yi ñooñu la ñoo gëtën ndax ñun ñëpp gis nañ jamono bii naka la affaire bi métti na lu nekk seer na réew mi nekkul di dox corruption bi bëri na yaa ngi gis léeg-léeg bi bëri na réforme bu ñu ñëw pour jël ko réforme boobu du dem yaa ngi gis constitution bu ees mënuñ koo am réforme si nga xam ne moom lañ waroon a def yëpp bi nga xamee ne moom toog na ci toogu bi ba léegi dara nekku ci bon kii fan la jëmee réew mi lu du suuxal ko
exactly
bon nag war nañoo bàyyi suñu xel ñu ni neen réew mi ñun ñoo ko moom bu jagee ñun la jagal bu baaxee ñun la baaxal bon nag li nga xam ne moo ko war a baaxal war koo jagal moo nekk ñu ñëpp ñu come together as a team bokk benn jubluwaay bokk éene ñu jël li nga xam ne moo nekk nguur gii tegee ko boor indi beneen nguur goo xam ne nguur googu dina mun a jàngee lu bari si li nga xam ne moo weesu ndax comme ni ko Nabaan waxee rek ñun gis nañ fi First Republic bi yaa ngi gis ñu toog fi 32 years fanweeri at ak ñaar ñu ngi fi di doxal waaye bi Yaya Jammeh ñëwee wécci gis nga am na leneen yu yokkute loo xam ne nii dëgg la bi loolu amee ñu bëri bëgguñ ko woon waaye bi nga xamee ne Jammeh dem na ay at tuuti affaire bi gis na lu bëri dafa wécceeku développement am réew mi yaatu ñu bëri jógee Banjul dem dëkki feneen ak feneen infrastructure bi tam lu bëri développe ci yaa ngi ji soo Barrow tam di same thing ñëw na fi mu nekk nii moom li nga xam ne daanaka ñun loolu lañ doon yaakaar ci moom defut ko bu ko defoon réew mi passé na fi ndax ñi nga xam ne ñoom la bokkal li nga xam ne moo nekk coalition bi dafa dàqa ñëpp indi ñi nga xam ne daanaka ñooñu dañ ko wër ku ci nekk yow nga jël sa poos te loolu moo tax ba nga xam ne jaane commission bi lëj leneen ak leneen lëj because ñi nga xam ne they are the right people nekkul di leen put in the right place
exactly
yaa ngi gis so da ngaa gis ne lii moo nekk li nga xam ne moo xew bon nag li nga xam ne moo xew ne fangaaral si suñu bët yi ñu janoog moom dëgg bu fekkee ne dañ bëgg a réew mi buñ topp ci fanweeri nit ñi nga xam ne ñoo suuxal ngir seen poos yi ak seen jàmm ak seeni njaboot ñi nga xam ne ñooy majorité bi di Gambien si soo seetloo béykat yi fi mu nekk nii ñu ngay jooy mbéy mi doxul nga ñëw si agriculture naka la tuddaati health doxul boo feebaree soo demee lu nekk yow yaay dem di ko jënda feneen noonu dëkk bi touriste daf daan dox nit ñi yëpp maay affaire bi dox léegi soo demee ci touriste secteur bi dara nekkul di dox soo bon réew mi daanaka ñun ñëpp ñu ko xoolee war nañoo mën a xam ne definitely réew mi dafa nit wécceeku te wécceeku boobu la ñoo ñaan di ñaax doomi réew mi ñun ñëpp ñu xoolaat génne suñu bopp si lëj-lëj yii naka lañ ko defee mooy 2026 képp koo xam ne am nga éene jëm kanami réew mi nga ñëw ñun ñëpp ñu bokk benn baat bokk benn jubluwaay wécci réew mi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mboob. And then I think at this point in time, we have to thank all our viewers and all the people who are giving us comment sections. We thank each and every one of them, and we'll go through the comment sections, and whatever recommendation is given, inshallah, by next Friday, we will work on that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. We will be back in another important episode.